Hey, what's up, Fortnite fans? It's your favorite math YouTuber, Math God 452, and today I'm going to be teaching you a simple trick on how to solve very simplistic derivatives. Now, I know the reason you're searching this up is because you've been drinking too many chug jugs on Fortnite or whatever battle royale you're playing nowadays. Maybe you're listening to fucking epic rap music, too much hip hop, it's rotting your brain. I'm here to teach you how to do some math. You need to pay attention in your class and get shit done, okay? But instead, you've been jacking off on fucking Fortnite, and now you don't know how to do your derivatives, and now you need my help. Some fucking idiot on the internet is going to teach you how to do a derivative. Now, derivatives are really easy, at least simplistic ones don't take that much effort at all, and you can actually do so much just based on this one rule called the fucking power rule. And I don't know if you can read or not, maybe you're also bad at English, but this says power, and this says rule. And this is a common English notation where you add 7 exclamation points at the end for ironic appeal. So this is very simple. I'm going to start out with a very simple function, okay? So this shouldn't be very hard for you. It's called y equals x squared. Okay, now that's like a very simple function. If you don't understand that, you probably should just drop out of high school right now, or whatever math you're in, I don't fucking know. This is what kind of the graph of x squared looks like. It's a parabola. When you plug in 0, you get that origin. When you plug in 1, you square it, you get that 1. You plug in 2, you get 4. You know how to square things, right? Please tell me you know. Please tell me you know how to. Okay, whatever. So the power rule basically just says you take this exponent at the top and you bring it down. You bring it down. Basically, think about you know, you have a halo above your head. This is your head, and this is a halo, and you bring it you bring it down. That's a great analogy. Okay, think about this. Think about this halo. Okay, this is a terrible analogy. I'm sorry. Okay, so you take this exponent and you literally just bring it down. So you get y equals 2x, okay? And then you take the exponent up here and subtract that by 1 for your new exponent. So technically, this is actually 2 minus 1, which is just 1. And if you're not retarded, you know that anything to the first power is just itself. So this really, you could just rewrite this as y equals 2x, and that's your final answer. And that's a very simplistic one. This one, maybe it doesn't make sense to you as much because it's just x squared, that's simple. Let's try maybe a harder example just to prove to you that this works no matter what. I don't know, maybe you don't believe me. Some kids are like that, fucking idiots. Let's do 3x to the 5th plus 2x to the 3rd minus, let's do, I don't know, 7x to the 2nd. Why not? Weird ass function, probably never really going to see that one out in the wild. In fact, probably never going to do any of this in the wild because you're just going to become a Fortnite streamer and none of this is going to matter. But here we go, we're going to do y. Now remember the power rule, okay? So this is to the 5th, this is the exponent to the 5th. So we want to subtract that by 1, okay? So we subtract that by 1, so 5 minus 1 is, I feel like fucking Dora right now, come on. 5 minus 1, oh, it's 4, correct, yes. So you make that 4, 5 minus 1, it's 4. And you bring the 5 down and multiply it to whatever this coefficient is in the front. So it's a 3 here, we do 5 times 3, and we get 15. That's your derivative. That's the derivative of that term at least. You bring that exponent down, you multiply it by whatever's in front, and you subtract that exponent by 1. That's all it is. If you want maybe a way to write it out, the derivative is really just a times cx all to a minus 1, a being the exponent. I mean, if you want to look at it this way, maybe this helps your brain, I don't know, you might be autistic. Plus, you got your exponent is 3, you bring down the 3, you get a 6. And you subtract 3 by 1, you get that 2, so you get 6x squared. And then this is a minus here, so we have to account for that subtraction, that little minus sign. We can't forget about that. So really what you're doing here is 2 times negative 7, so you get a negative 14. You subtract 2 by 1, you get that 1 again. So you got x to the 1st, which is really just x. So that's your final answer. Now, you might be thinking, what if you have a plus x and your exponent there is technically already 1? What do? Well, actually you just subtract it by 1, and what you get is 1. So the derivative of x is just 1. I mean, think about it. You got 1 up there, you multiply the 1 down, you subtract the 1, anything to the 0 is 1, you get 1 times that thing. It's pretty simple. This could be different. I mean, we could have y equals 3x, right? And the derivative of that is just y equals 3. It's very simple because you're bringing down that 1 times 3 to get the 3, and then that 1 gets subtracted by 1 becomes a 0. X to the 0 is 1. 1 times 3 is 3. And it makes sense logically if you think it out. I mean, if we do this, we could also, I could show you about constants. If you have any constant, let's just say you have y equals 5, the derivative, oh sorry, I've gotten pretty sloppy with my notation. You should add the derivative notation sign on all of these. That would make sense. Now, but this y equals 5, when we take the derivative of that, it's actually just 0. Because anytime you take a constant and take the derivative of it, you just get 0. So very, very simple. You can just practice this, write down any fucking function you want, and you're going to get it. I don't know, you're probably going to just go drink another chug jug after this. Hopefully this helped you. I don't really know. Hopefully this didn't twist your brain up. I don't know. Eat your breakfast. Pay attention in school. Don't do drugs unless it helps you out in some way. I mean, I don't know. Sometimes people do really cool things on heroin. You know, have you ever seen like Kurt Cobain's In Utero? It's pretty good, and he's addicted to heroin while he wrote most of it. So I mean, sometimes you can do cool things. They're really up to you. Up to you. Pretty much gonna leave that up to you whether or not you want to do heroin or not. But overall, this is how you do the power rule. So thanks for watching. Fuck you.